My allergies? Oh, sweetheart, you don't want to know. I mean, I am a wreck. My nose, the blowing, forget it. I mean, I don't go out, I stay in.
I love my girlfriend Mary, but that cat is killing me. It's killing us.
When I was 18, it became clear my dog Buddy and I could no longer share the same bed on account of my allergies. That was a dark day. I mean, how do you explain something like that to a dog?
There's this barn, and there are mountains of hay. All my friends go there. But now, I got this sneezy thing. Mom says I can't go anymore.
I used to love the arrival of spring because I had a garden. But now, just the thought of it makes me worry because I know what's coming with it. Allergies. And a bad choice between symptoms and side effects.
An allergy is something that makes life miserable. It turns wonderful things like flowers and pets into biological weapons. In the past, you had few options in dealing with allergies. You could live in a strictly controlled environment or take medications that often cause side effects nearly as bad as the allergy symptoms themselves. But now there's a treatment called nasal crom. It's remarkably safe and has virtually no side effects. It's not hard to use, but it's different from treatments you may have used in the past. Use it 3 or 4 times a day, every day, whether you have symptoms or not, and you can actually prevent nasal allergies. Because nasal crom is so different, we've made this video to help you use it effectively and actually prevent your allergies from ever starting, year in and year out. But first, we should try to understand allergies themselves. What are they? What causes them? And how have they been managed in the past? We asked Dr. Paul Ehrlich of the Beth Israel Medical Center.
You're not alone in your misery. Allergies affect about 50 million people in the United States alone. They are responsible for about 2 million lost school days each year, and almost 10% of all sick days in the workplace, and over 9.4 million doctor visits. This costs Americans an estimated $1.8 billion a year. Many people have allergies but don't know it. Allergies last longer than a week and rarely include the fever, coughs, and aches associated with colds. Allergies usually begin in childhood after the first couple of exposures to an allergen, a tiny speck of a substance your body sees as a foreign invader. The allergic reactions can get worse with each subsequent exposure. Some people report that their allergies improve as they get older. That's not always the case. With exposure to new allergens, anyone at any age can get allergies at any time.
Doctors classify allergies in 2 categories, seasonal and perennial.
Seasonal allergies are caused by pollens from weeds, grasses, and trees, and occur primarily during the spring and fall months. Although they can appear like clockwork every season, when they appear can be affected by everything from where you live, humidity, even the wind. Perennial allergies can occur year-round and are caused by otherwise innocent spores, molds, animal dander, or the almost invisible dust mites that are a normal part of everyone's home.
So what happens when you inhale one of these allergens? Well, if you're not prone to allergies, nothing. Your body's defenses recognize the allergen as harmless. But if you are allergic, that specific allergen causes your immune system to go haywire, as if your body was under attack by a serious invader. Microscopic guard cells scattered all over your nasal membranes snag the allergens and sound the alert to the rest of your body. These cells are like messengers, and they're called the mast cells, the key to your allergies.
When you think about it, the mast cell is one clever cell. It can't call your body's immune system on the phone to say, "We're being invaded, call out the militia." So it does the next best thing. It sets off fireworks. The mast cell actually explodes and sends out a chemical warning to the rest of your immune system, and that starts off what we call an allergy attack. Your nose starts running, you start sneezing, you become congested. All these are ways of trying to flush out and expel the invader. It's quite an effective system, really, except that it tends to make one feel miserable.
So what can you do? Well, the first thing you can do is to try to control your exposure to allergens as much as you can. For instance, if you suffer from seasonal allergies, stay inside. Keep your windows closed. Use an air purifier with a high-efficiency particulate air filter. Minimize your exposure to dust by cleaning carefully. Cover mattresses and pillows with airtight plastic to defend against dust mites. Avoid contact with animals, even with your own pets, and stay out of smoky environments since they can make your allergies worse. But let's be honest, no one can avoid allergens all the time. You may need to treat your allergies with medicines, but which ones? There are basically 3 ways doctors have treated allergies over the years: a class of drugs called antihistamines, another called decongestants, a third steroids. Some of these drugs are available by prescription, others over the counter. As with every drug, there are pluses and minuses with each.
When the mast cells erupt, one of the chemicals released is histamine. Antihistamines work by blocking the histamine before it triggers allergic symptoms. Of course, there's a downside to antihistamines. First, because there are other chemical messengers that cause allergic reactions besides histamines, antihistamines are not effective on nasal congestion. Second, you should be aware that many antihistamines have side effects. You can get sleepy, you're sometimes warned against driving a car, and if you're taking any other medications, talk to your doctor. Some antihistamines can have serious interactions with other drugs. Decongestants, which come in oral and spray forms, work by reducing the swelling in the nose that the allergic reaction causes, but don't help sneezing, itchy eyes, or an itchy nose. They also have their side effects. They can cause jitters and elevate your blood pressure. People with high blood pressure, diabetes, glaucoma, or prostate problems should be under a doctor's care before taking these drugs. Oral decongestants use are limited to just a week or two, which isn't of much help to people who are allergic for the whole season or the whole year. Decongestant sprays are limited to just 3 days since they can cause rebound congestion where symptoms actually get worse when you stop taking them, leading to drug dependency. Corticosteroids are a newer class of nasal allergy drugs. These powerful anti-inflammatories reduce symptoms but require a doctor's prescription. Be careful using them though, especially if you take any other medications that might contain steroids.
But there is a better way to treat nasal allergies, a way to stop them before they begin, a way to keep your nose from going haywire without worrying about unwanted side effects. It's called nasal crom, and it works in a completely different way.
You don't need a prescription. You don't need to see your doctor first. There is nothing else like it. Nasal crom is allergy prevention, pure and simple.
Nasal crom is neither an antihistamine, nor a decongestant, nor a corticosteroid. It's a nasal mast cell stabilizer, the only one of its kind. It short-circuits the allergic reaction before it can begin. Its safety profile is excellent because it has no known drug interactions or contraindications, making it suitable for nearly everyone, even children as young as 6. And because it's so safe, it can be used up to 6 times a day for up to 12 weeks, even longer with the doctor's approval.
The nice thing about nasal crom is it only works where you need it. In your nose.
Nasal crom's unique because it doesn't treat allergy symptoms after they've begun. It actually keeps them from starting in the first place. You use nasal crom 3 to 4 times a day, every day, whether you have symptoms or not, with virtually no side effects. It doesn't cause drowsiness, make you jittery, or interact with other drugs, side effects sometimes associated with antihistamines and decongestants. It's non-habit forming and has no risk of rebound congestion, making it ideal for both seasonal and perennial allergy sufferers who need relief over a long period of time. Nasal crom is easy to use, but it's different from anything you may have used before because it prevents allergies.
You start to use it before you're exposed, like this. Clear your nose and spray while breathing deeply. Do this 3 times a day, every day, whether you have symptoms or not.
By making nasal crom a part of your daily routine, you'll be well protected from feeling symptoms in the first place. Some people keep a bottle at home and one at work so they don't forget. You can get the best protection by starting to use nasal crom 3 to 4 times a day before you're exposed to allergens, a week or 2 before. This way, by the time allergens hit, you'll be protected. Continue to use nasal crom throughout the season, even if your symptoms go away. Before you know it, you'll be living as if you were a person free of allergies. Don't worry if you can't predict when your allergies will hit. You can also start using nasal crom 3 to 4 times a day, every day, to relieve the symptoms after they start. It may take up to a week for full preventive protection to kick in, but nasal crom is so safe, you can use it with an antihistamine or decongestant if you're truly miserable until you're protected.
Well, Mary couldn't decide between the cat or me, but she did find out about nasal crom. So now me and that cat, we're like this.
This is Buddy the Fourth. He hunts better than his great-granddad, and I'm happy to say he's welcome in my room anytime.
Mom says if I use this, I can play in the barn again. See ya!
Happy days. My garden is going like gangbusters and I can work it through the whole season without a problem. Thank you, Nasal-Crom.
Change the way you react to allergies. Start Nasal-Crom before your allergies hit. 3 to 4 times a day, at least 1 week before exposure. And continue to use it, even though you may have no symptoms throughout the allergy season. Read the directions, talk to your pharmacist or doctor, and use Nasal-Crom every day, because the best way to stop suffering is never to start.